Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about increasing your income through VA benefits, not compensation. Everybody wants to try to get increases in their compensation, disability compensation. But there are other benefits out there that can still drive income into your household. So money in is a good thing. This could range anywhere from $793 per month up to $3,355 per month. It's a big deal, especially if you don't know about it, and it's something that you can go after. So with that, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate it. The two asks are really look. Hit the thumbs up and let the video run. That is what pushes this information out to others, and I appreciate all of us doing that if you can. If you want to support the channel in other ways, consider being a member. Thank you so much to all you members. I do my best to get back to you in the comments. Thank you for your support. You can go to the homepage. You'll see highlighted members and a join button. Thank you so much to all you members. All right, so let's jump into this. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, I'm talking about the VR&E program. And oh, by the way, it's not just one thing. There's actually 5 tracks, and I've talked about it before. I'm going to front load it with just the title of each track to broaden your awareness, talk about what's qualifying, talk about the dollar figures. So with that, let's talk about the 5 tracks real quick. All right, so they're not in any real specific order of importance or anything. I'm just going to rattle them off. The reemployment track, and I'll give a little blurb about it. If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability, the reemployment track can help you return to your former job and support your employer in meeting your needs. Now remember, this is all under the VR&E, Veterans Readiness and Employment umbrella. So if you meet any one of these 5 tracks that would help you out, well, maybe VR&E is the right choice. So that's one. Number 2, rapid access to employment track. If you want to find a job or career that uses your existing skill set, the rapid access to employment track can help you with your job search. Next one, and look, I know a lot of veterans that are interested in this one. The self-employment track. It's a good one. You might not like your boss, but hey, here we go. Self-employment track. If you are a service member or veteran with a service-connected disability and employment barrier, okay, the employment barrier, by the way, is typically going to be my service-connected condition is limiting my ability to work in the jobs and fields in which I am able to work. All right, so the self-employment track can help you start your own business. All right, number 4 here, employment through long-term services track. If you have a service-connected disability and employment barrier, we can help you get the education or training you need to find work in a different field. So I used to be whatever, right? I was an artist, right? I lost my hand. Well, now I can't paint anymore. I need a whole new career and I need to get trained up for that. That's what that would do. The last one here is surprising for a lot of people, and that's why I'm front loading this. Independent living track. If you can't work, if you can't return to work right away, you may qualify for services that can help you live as independently as possible. All right, so let's talk about some of the qualifiers. We're probably going to focus in a little more on the traditional aspects of VR&E in the dialogue here. So let's just jump into it. Eligibility for Veterans Readiness and Employment. It says here, I'm just going to read this. You can learn about the eligibility requirements for Veterans Readiness and Employment, VR&E, formerly called Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment. They kept the same acronym, changed the words around. If you're a service member or veteran, so both, you could be a service member currently still in, or you could be a veteran, you're out, and have a disability that was, this is the important part, caused by or made worse by your active duty service and limits your ability to work or prevents you from working, you may be able to get employment support or services to help you live as independently as possible. Now, if you're a veteran, are you eligible for Veteran Readiness and Employment? Well, yes. Let's check this out and see what it is. It's to tell you the truth, it's kind of a 2-layer approval process. 1, you got to be eligible, and then 2, you actually have to get approved for it. So let's jump into it. You're eligible to apply for VR&E benefits and services if you meet both of these requirements. 2 bullet points here. 1 is you did not receive a dishonorable discharge. And 2, you have a service-connected disability rating of 10% or more. Okay, that's important. Next, when we, the VA, receive your VR&E application, we'll schedule your initial evaluation with a vocational rehabilitation counselor. The VRC will determine if you're entitled to receive VR&E benefits and services. Now, if you were discharged, here's a funny thing. There is an expiration date for some, not all, veterans, which is crazy to me. You should just open it up and call it a day, but here we are. So if you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, your basic period of eligibility ends 12 years from one of these dates, whichever comes later. One of the options here is 12 years from the date you received notice of your date of separation from active duty. However, most people will qualify under the second one here. The second one is your eligibility ends 12 years after the date you received your first VA service-connected disability rating. So 12 years from your first VA service-connected disability rating, that's going to be most people. They're going to fall under that. Now, there are some workarounds if you have a serious employment handicap. For example, you can leverage that. Moving on, what happens if you were discharged after January 1st, 2013? Well, there's no period. There's the 12-year basic period of eligibility does not even apply. It's gone. It doesn't exist. There's no worries. So that is nice for those folks. All right. If you're still on active duty, are you eligible for Veterans Readiness and Employment? You may be eligible for VR&E benefits and services if you're a service member and meet at least one of these requirements. They got 2 bullet points. One is you have a 20% or higher pre-discharge disability rating, memorandum rating, and will soon leave the military. Or you're waiting to be discharged because of a severe illness or injury that occurred while you were on active duty. All right, so that's the kind of the doorway into it. Now, once you apply, once you determine that you're eligible, which is most people, right? Most people have at least a 10% rating, and you can apply. You have a serious, if you have a serious employment handicap, the 12-year thing doesn't apply if you discharged or got rated before the 12-year period or before 2013. So there's that. If you're 10%, here's the key takeaway here. If you have a service-connected disability rating of anything, really, 10% or higher, you must have that service-connected condition affecting your employment, right? That's kind of what they're looking for. Now, once you've determined all of that and you apply, what's going to happen is you're going to do some interest, you give them all your interest and skill sets, aptitude. You'll do some like little, multiple choice things, whatever. And so they can kind of gauge, well, what's your skill set? What are you good at? What do you like? What would be a job that you would probably succeed in and enjoy and be able to do? And then they're going to figure out what the actual missing link is, right? Here you are. Here's a job that would really work good for you with your skill sets and blah, blah, blah. Maybe you're missing the bachelor's degree. Well, maybe you're not missing a bachelor's degree. Maybe you need specific training like AID or the Automotive Dealership Institute, ADI. So the Automotive Dealership Institute, for example, will actually train you up 30 days in automobile finance and then help you find a job in that world, and they accept VR&E. Go figure, right? We don't know this stuff because nobody tells us exactly what's available. So schools that will train you on a specific program might be eligible. I know ADI is, the Automotive Dealership Institute, and remember, it's not just autos, it could be motorcycles, RVs, tractors, whatever. So if that's something you're interested in, reach out to them. I've actually talked with them several times. They're great folks over there, and they do have a veteran liaison that can talk to you about the process and what it looks like. So let's talk about the dollars real quick. The dollar figures for VR&E, if you are a veteran alone going full-time to something like institutional, we'll say, if you're going full-time with no dependents, it's $793.01 per month. If you have 2 dependents, it bumps up to $1,159.17 per month. That is the subsistence allowance. Now here's if you hung on till the end, here's a little nugget. If you have any amount, it could be 3 days worth or a month's worth, whatever. If you have any of your post 9/11 GI Bill remaining, talk with the Voc Rehab counselor. Let them know that you have some post 9/11 GI Bill remaining and you would like to utilize that as your subsistence allowance. They will not deplete your GI Bill. They would rather mirror it and pay you out that up to, they have a cap, up to $3,355.39 per month. It's a big deal. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.